Ever walked through a city that felt like you'd stepped 50 years into the future? Some places are so visually surreal, so high concept in design, they look like they belong on the set of a cyberpunk blockbuster or a space colony thriller. Today, on Top 8, we're diving into the cities around the world that seriously don't look real, except they are. Get ready for glowing towers, floating islands, and architecture that would make Blade Runner jealous. Let's go. At number 8, Masdar City, UAE. Masdar City was designed to be the world's first carbon-neutral city, and it looks like a utopia dropped in the middle of the desert. Built just outside Abu Dhabi, the city runs almost entirely on renewable energy, with solar panels blanketing rooftops and electric driverless pods gliding through the streets like something out of Minority Report. The architecture blends futuristic tech with ancient Arab design. Sunshades inspired by mashrabiyah latticework and wind towers that cool the city naturally. The roads? Mostly underground, so pedestrians can roam wide-open plazas without worrying about traffic. What's wild is that this project started back in 2008, long before net zero was trending. It's like a working experiment in how we might redesign cities for sustainability. Sure, it's still a work in progress, but even at partial build-out, it already feels like the opening scene of a sci-fi drama about life after climate collapse. At number 7, Songdo, South Korea. If someone told you Songdo was designed by AI, you'd believe them. Located on reclaimed land near Seoul, Songdo is a purpose-built smart city packed with tech that automates everything from waste disposal to energy usage. The buildings are sleek glass monoliths, parks are wired with sensors, and even your trash talks to the grid to manage efficiency. There are pneumatic tubes for garbage, holographic conference systems, and a central data hub that monitors everything in real time. The whole place was designed to be 15 minutes from everything. Schools, hospitals, parks, and shops, all walkable, all connected. And yes, it even has its own version of New York's Central Park, complete with a man-made canal for boat taxis. It's eerily efficient, almost too efficient, like the city is watching you. And with nearly everything connected, Songdo isn't just futuristic looking. It's living in a whole different version of smart. At number 6, Neom, Saudi Arabia. This one isn't fully built yet, but even the plans are sci-fi overload. Neom is a $500 billion mega project aiming to redefine what a city even is. The crown jewel? The Line, a 105-mile-long linear city enclosed in mirrored walls, running across the desert. No roads, no cars, just high-speed underground transit and AI-managed everything. The idea is to fit 9 million people into a climate-controlled, energy-efficient glass corridor. It sounds like a dystopian novel, and maybe it is, but it's actively under construction, with drones and robots already deployed. It's being marketed as the city of the future, with flying taxis, robotic caretakers, and vertical farming to feed the population inside this mirrored monolith. And the best part? Zero emissions, zero traffic, and zero noise, allegedly. Whether Neom becomes a utopia or a giant tech flex, it's hands down one of the boldest real-world sci-fi concepts ever attempted. If it works, it could change everything. If it doesn't, it's the most expensive concept art in history. At number 5, Singapore. If Apple designed an entire country, it might look like Singapore. This city-state is obsessively clean, hyper-modern, and dripping with futuristic design from the neon-lit Super Tree Grove at Gardens by the Bay to the iconic Marina Bay Sands Tower, which looks like a spaceship parked on top of 3 skyscrapers. It's a place where architecture, nature, and tech merge seamlessly. Smart traffic systems reduce congestion, vertical gardens crawl up the sides of buildings, and public spaces are engineered to feel like you're walking through a sci-fi simulation, only friendlier. It also has some wild infrastructure. Underground highways, a port run by robots, and entire districts built on AI data projections. Even the airport has a massive indoor waterfall surrounded by a forest. At night, the whole skyline glows like it's being powered by alien tech. It's no surprise sci-fi films and games often use Singapore as a reference for near-future urban life. At number 4, Tokyo, Japan. Tokyo doesn't just look futuristic. It feels like a city that's always been 10 steps ahead. Giant animated billboards, robotic restaurants, vending machines that know your favorite drink, and the Shibuya crossing, possibly the most cyberpunk intersection in existence. But it's not just about the flashing lights. Tokyo is layered like a tech sandwich. Under the surface are hidden metro lines and underground malls. Above that, there are capsule hotels, AI-powered cafes, and architecture that bends around digital culture. You can walk through neighborhoods where real-world anime stores sit beneath towering arcades and tech stores bigger than airports. And then turn the corner into a serene, centuries-old shrine. Every street corner could be a frame from Ghost in the Shell. And honestly, that's the vibe. It's future meets past in a way that no other city really pulls off. At number 3, Brasilia, Brazil. This one's retro-futuristic. Built from scratch in the late 1950s, Brasilia was designed by legendary architect Oscar Niemeyer to look like the city of tomorrow back when tomorrow meant flying cars and jetpacks. The result? A city shaped like an airplane with sweeping concrete curves, surreal symmetry, and government buildings that look like they could launch into orbit. It feels more like a concept drawing than a functional city. The architecture here is bold. Sharp lines, wide-open spaces, and buildings that seem sculpted more than constructed. The National Congress looks like two bowls stacked on top of each other. The cathedral? A concrete crown jutting up toward the heavens. Some love it, some say it's sterile. But one thing's for sure, Brasilia is living proof that sci-fi city isn't just a modern idea. At number 2, Chongqing, China. If Gotham City and Blade Runner had a baby, it would probably look like Chongqing. This megacity of 30+ million people is layered, vertical, and fog-drenched with entire highways winding through skyscrapers and metro trains that literally pass through residential towers. It's like the city was built on top of itself, stacked layers of life where rooftop roads meet mid-air bridges. Because of the mountainous terrain and constant haze, everything looks dreamlike and slightly unreal. At night, the city glows with LED bridges and neon-drenched skylines that reflect off the Yangtze River like digital fireworks. Some of the buildings are so tall and packed together, the streets below are shrouded in permanent twilight. It's chaotic, surreal, and somehow beautiful, like stepping into a real-life sci-fi metropolis, built straight up instead of out. And at number 1, Dubai, UAE. Love it or hate it, Dubai looks like the future. Or at least a billionaire's version of it. The skyline is like a greatest hits album of architectural ambition. The Burj Khalifa, world's tallest building. The twisted Cayenne Tower and artificial islands shaped like palm trees and world maps. They have indoor ski slopes, flying taxis and testing, and a museum of the future that looks like a metallic torus designed by alien mathematicians. The city constantly reinvents itself, and somehow always lands in sci-fi territory. And it's not slowing down. Dubai is now testing autonomous police drones, robot security guards, and vertical farms the size of stadiums. It's not just the skyline that screams sci-fi, it's the lifestyle. It's opulent, excessive, and completely wild. And that's why it tops our list. Some of these cities were built to impress, others born from necessity. But they all share one thing. They make the future feel like it's already here. This is Top 8, and we'll see you in the next one.